Everybody, Craig here with Jamie. We're going over the new levels program that Diablo introduced with our workout of the day programming you're seeing on Push Press Train. There's clearly some confusion around it, and that's to be expected. We've been publishing our workouts for many years the same way, and then we abruptly changed them with very little notification. And that's kind of my style.
Well, I wouldn't say right away.
Well,
we did do some levels as we led into the community cup,
Yeah,
which is kind of where this is coming from.
That's right. So it started
Not a full shot from the hip.
Yeah. So, but introducing them to our community was a bit sudden.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I operate it. It's, I just like, if we're going to do it, let's just put it out there. We don't need a big preamble. Let's put it out there and see what our members say about it. And so far the reviews have been pretty good once they're explained.
Mm-hmm.
And at first people were confused, didn't know what to do, wanted to change them, wanted to mix it up, and without knowing our true intent. So that's the purpose of this conversation, is to talk about the intent and what we're driving at here, and why we think it may be a better way to program for the Diablo community and maybe beyond. For PRs all day.
Yeah.
PRs all day does reach beyond Diablo. But the origin was Jamie Lee and talking about in discussions around the Community Cup, which was the launch for the first time this year, which introduced levels.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show those levels here real quick. Share screen. Boom. Chrome tab window.
So on the levels, just to kind of throw it out there, the levels are actually ranked 1 through 10, right? So
that's right.
Level 1 to level 10. And then the Community Cup actually moved it into more of a division. So each one of those levels falls into a specific division, just like you see here on the screen.
That's right. So CrossFit gave everybody that completed the Open, all 3 workouts of the Open this year, a level. They assigned you a level based upon your performance, either as an Open athlete or as a
scaled
Masters athlete.
Oh, and a Master, yeah.
A Masters athlete. And so those levels include your scaling. So a rookie would be someone that's probably, just getting started CrossFit. They're scaling aggressively. And so you take your CrossFit level. And that's why it is admittedly confusing, because CrossFit's had levels for a couple of years now. And now they're trying to introduce it into a competition format. And the best way for them to do that, and I agree with what they did, is to reduce the number of levels. And they did that with 5 levels: rookie, novice, intermediate, advanced, and pro.
The divisions, 5 divisions.
Yes.
Yeah.
The community, well, they call them Community Cup levels, right? 5 divisions, but 5 Community Cup levels. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How do you think the workouts were programmed in terms of quality? Do you think for the Community Cup?
For the Community Cup specifically, that event?
Yeah. Were you satisfied with the scaling that they gave for the rookies, the novices, the intermediates, advanced, and pros?
I was, with the exception of the last workout, one where we had the overhead squats. So
that's right.
That would be the one area of feedback that I would have is, I do understand, and I saw Dave Castro commented on the fact that the overhead squats is one of the fundamental skills of CrossFit. Totally understandable. But at the same time, we do have to recognize some people literally cannot get to range of motion with that bar overhead.
That was a complaint I heard from other affiliate owners, and I think that's one where CrossFit, the games team, might be a little bit out of touch with what's happening in the affiliates. And there's a lot of, if you grew up in the CrossFit community, you've had 5 or 6 years before you're a Masters athlete. For example, my wife and I, Yvonne and I, we can do overhead squats, but that's years of doing overhead squats and snatches, versus someone that's coming into CrossFit starting at 50 years old or 55, and we're getting a lot of that these days. Overhead squat is really, really difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, it's especially full range of motion.
I think the overhead squat would be a good, would be appropriate for the intermediate and above.
There you go.
Below novice and rookie, we could go from a front squat for the novice, and then we can even throw in a goblet squat for the rookie.
So we start with 10 levels, actually more than that if you include the age group versions of the levels. But let's just call it 10 levels that CrossFit assigned based upon your performance in the open. They reduced that to 5 for the Community Cup. We're reducing it to 3 for Diablo CrossFit workouts. And what we're with the intent, and Jamie Lee and I talked about it, and I will tell you I need to give credit to the affiliate gathering in Anaheim when we did a breakout session on programming, and one of the affiliate owners there talked about using levels to help his coaches quickly scale workouts for members. So in other words, by having 3 different levels, it allows the coach to quickly say, just you're level 1, you're level 2, you're level 3. Or when someone comes up and we get members that come up to us, like, what should I do? And it speeds up the coaching process. And because the workout is written, the scaled version of a workout, especially a workout that has lots of movement patterns in it, it's written by somebody with a significant amount of experience. Jamie Lee's been programming almost 20 years, probably.
Yeah, 20 years.
So I would trust, and it's not that I don't trust my coaches to scale. They're going to scale, but every class is going to be scaled a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Coach Chad might, have them. Coach Chad is brilliant at scaling as well, but he's going to have them do something different than I would do.
Yeah. And at the same time too, when you're in a class setting with, say, 15 to 20 people, and you've got a few different variations of people that might want to scale up or scale down, it's hard to manage. So with this format, it's really going to help us as coaches bring a more consistent class setting that's going to be consistent throughout the day. Because if you like to look at the leaderboard and you have some frenemies earlier on in the day and you want to watch, they're going to be doing the same workout, and it's not modified at an individual base, right? There's still the potential options and workouts and stuff down the road that will be available to modify like that. But we're choosing a few workouts out of the week that we want to be more so standardized. So if you're choosing one of these levels, you're doing it as it is prescribed, whether it's the novice, the RX, or the advanced variation.
So and just so we don't have confusion in our member base, we have 3 levels: level 1, level 2, and level 3. And level 2, just start right in the middle. Level 2 is the workout that Jamie would program for us on any given day. That's the workout. Now, if you came into class with a workout, your coach would give you modifications, scaling. Instead of pull-ups, you're going to do ring rows, or you're going to do banded pull-ups. Instead of 135 ground overhead, you're going to do 95. Those types of things. That workout is still the same. Jamie's not changing that. That's the level 2, and we call it RX. But for purposes of scoring, if you do level 1 as it's written, that's also RX. If you do level 3 as it's written completely, that's also RX. And our goal is to get as many people into the RX category as possible. Jamie will know if he wrote a really good program with 3 really good levels that capture the most amount of members if we get a very high number of RX workouts on the train push press scoreboard.
Yep.
If we get 100% of people marking their workouts as RX, he nailed it.
You guys nailed it.
Yeah, that's not going to happen for a while because we're in the initial stages of this. The other one more source for this, the levels, came from our advanced athletes, what we call have in the past, and we refer to them as RX plus athletes, the ones that are competing and they're doing a lot of open gym training because they need the extra volume or the extra skills to take them to the next level. They want to do class as well. From time to time, they love class just as much as our members do. And what was asked of me and Jamie is, can we have an RX plus workout that is the same as the class workout so they can participate? Therein lies level 3, the essential RX plus workout. I will can you pull up a workout, an example that we did recently, Jamie?
That we already did?
Yeah, that we already did.
You're making me go
backwards. I'm sorry. Well,
how about we talk about Sunday's workout?
Let's talk about Sunday's workout. That's fine. I'm sorry. I thought you had the
no, I just have just from Sunday and a few days afterwards.
And I would like to pull up. We can pull up 2 days ago's workout, which was the.
I'll try to cue it up.
Yep.
So real quick on this. So this is
an
example. This is Sunday's workout right here. We've got 3 different variations on here. All of them are 5 rounds of a barbell snatch and a bike, air bike. Now, the way we have this set up is a lot of times as a coach, when we come across somebody that generally needs to scale, is either having some hard difficulties maintaining a good upright torso, a good back position, pulling a barbell from the ground under fatigue. So with the snatches, the RX version, this was the original workout, 6 power snatches with a 15-20 calorie air bike. So what we did is I took off part of the load of the barbell, which is one of our immediate things that we go to scale, but we're going to scale it to a hang power snatch to kind of drive a little bit more intensity where you got to hang on to that bar and you can get on that bike and push there. Right.
Let me interrupt real quick. This, when we bring in new people into Diablo and their first week or 2, or even first month, there's a snatch workout, snatch Metcon, not snatch as a strength movement, snatch Metcon. Our coaches will often substitute hang power snatches because they can get to the hinge position a little better. They work on the second pull, which is the most important pull in terms of generating power. So I love this as hang power snatches.
Now, along with that, we did take off a few calories, not a whole lot, but just a few calories. So you're not stuck on that bike for too long
on the bike. Right.
Then when you look at the RX version, this is the original base. Like you said, this is traditionally how it would be programmed. You got 6 power snatches and a 15-20 calorie on the air bike. Barbell weights a 95, 135. So essentially we're looking at Isabel, right? 30 snatches essentially for time, but it's going to be broken up with the bike every 6 rounds, every 6 reps.
You'll notice on Novice and on RX, there are scaling for the barbell, and that scaling is age related. If you are 55, for example, on the RX version, instead of 135, you'll do 115 for the men, and the ladies will do 75 versus 95 for the under 55. And with that, if you complete it at 115, you're 55 and older, that's RX level 2.
Yep.
That's RX level 2. And there is also similar scaling for Master 60. And these are things that we've had in the past. But now when you walk into class, you can look up and go, you know what? I'm going to do the novice workout or I'm going to do the RX workout. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now, when you get to the advanced, and Craig and I did have a little discussion on this before we shot off, so we can maybe talk about that. I got some extra feedback from outside of the office, but ultimately, what I'm looking for in the advanced version, we've added more to the bike, so you can see it's an extra 5 to 10 calories more on the bike. Instead of going power snatches at the 95, 135, we're increasing the technical aspects of it, the skill component of a squat snatch. So now you have to take it through the full range of motion of an overhead squat, right? Now, I kept it at a 95 and 135 pound barbell because ultimately we're still going to see a lot of singles through there. If we did increase the load on that, I feel we would see a lot less of a fall off as far as like trying to keep it relatively comparable to the RX, right? Because we'd like to see everybody finish roughly around the same time.
That's the goal. So
that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah. So when Jamie and I talked about this and what we wanted on the advanced, and you'll notice on there, very importantly, there is no masters scaling in the advanced. If you're having to scale the weight, we decided you should be doing the RX version.
as prescribed, not
As
necessarily
prescribed.
of the age group, but
Yes.
the full RX open variation.
I understand we have some badass masters that could do squat snatches if it was a lower weight. That's not the intent here. This workout, the advanced workout, is targeting our RX plus athletes, or those athletes that from time to time are capable of doing RX plus workouts. Now, this workout, and what I told Jamie to think about with respect to choosing the weights for these, or even the calories on the air bike, is to think about two of our athletes in the gym, Jackson and Coach Madeline or Kendra. So think about those athletes. What would they be able to do that would put them in the middle of the pack in the elapsed time on this workout?
Yeah.
So Jamie thinks in the advanced division, in the advanced workout, that 135 squat snatches and 95 for the women in the squat snatches will do that. I actually thought that was a little too light, that they're still going to be at the top of the leaderboard. We'll see.
I mean, and at the same time too, we have to keep in mind when we look at this, as we are considering the loading on it, the technical aspects of the squat snatch, we're adding more range of motion to each rep.
That's right.
There's more potential risk of missing the lift.
Yeah.
Right. So even if you go to a 105, 155, my concern would be the safety. Right. Are we going to be missing a lot of lifts because of fatigue? Are we pushing it too close? And I think the 135 is a weight that for men specifically is something that's completely manageable to hang on to singles for quick singles.
Yes.
With a 55, that's an additional 20 pounds. Yes, we might have some people hanging on to it for the first few rounds, but what happens towards the end when we start to hang on to our technique, right? I don't necessarily want to see anybody push themselves to a limit to the point of failure.
Correct.
And then having a risky situation happen.
That's right.
Now, with that squat snatch, that is also going to drive more intensity because we're having to use our legs more. Right. That's 30 overhead squats with the additional 5 and 10 calories over the RX variation.
Yeah, you're right.
So when we look at these, you will see some workouts where maybe the weight goes up and the reps or distance stays the same, but you also might see it where the weight stays the same, but the distance or reps might change. Right. So there's going to be a lot of different variations, but the main reason why we're going through these levels is to provide our more competitive, higher level athletes to be a part of the community and do the workouts with everybody versus feeling like they are on their own.
Just because you can do the workout weight doesn't mean you should.
Correct.
Your coach is going to give you the desired stimulus, the desired finish time. If you can do 30 squat snatches, but you're doing one squat snatch every
30 seconds,
40 seconds, you're going to be standing around when everybody else is done. They're going to be cheering you on. Nobody really likes that.
No.
And it probably wasn't the right workout for you. There should be some intensity.
You might like that, but it might be in a workout where you don't want it. Can you pull up the level? So this is an example of what we're going to see on Sunday. And kind of going back to what Craig was saying about coaching, coach will help you kind of decide on the levels, but can you bring back those levels for us real quick?
Yeah, the ones, the CrossFit ones?
The divisions. Yeah, the 5 different divisions.
Yeah. Let me,
so when you're thinking about, you see a workout and you're not sure, maybe I'm right in the middle, I could do those skills or I'm kind of close to those skills. What we can always do is go back to look at how you finished in the open, right? That's a great data point that we're trying to utilize looking at these different levels.
Right.
So if you found yourself in the top 90 percentile, right? If you were one of those that maybe made it to quarterfinals, I would lean you into that advanced level, right? Advanced and pro level. The intermediate, if you fall into that intermediate, you have to take a look at the skills and see, are they consistent, right? You might have unbroken double unders, you might have heavy barbell, but if you don't have gymnastic skills yet, that's going to be one of those limitations. right? Because we are going to see higher gymnastic skills in the advanced workouts.
Right.
Maybe we'll have toast bar in the RX version. We're going to see some bar muscle ups in the advanced version.
Right.
So there are going to be some of those limitations where maybe you have to stick with the RX variation. Maybe you've been doing all the advanced variations, but you have to do the RX for that. That's a good indication that maybe you need to spend a little extra time on those particular skills, which will only pay off when we come around to the open.
Let's let me just show this. So if you look on Tuesday here on the screen,
can you zoom into that?
Is there a way to zoom?
I have the workout copied. I can paste it onto something.
You know what? I think I can zoom it. Hold on one second. I just do this for the
oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, then go to the Tuesday. Skip days.
Yep. Hang on one second. Successfully saved workout. I probably just screwed up all your programming.
It's passed. Oh yeah, you did. It's gone. Oh, that's next week.
Hang on one second. I got it. There's a way to do this.
Oh, you scroll down. You went too far for Tuesday.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it by day? Okay,
it's by day.
So it made it vertical. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I thought it was going to go lateral.
So let me just show this workout because this is a good one. So novice was rope and barbell, 30 single unders, 10 power cleans, 8 push press, 4 lateral burpee over the bar. Excellent. And then there's some scaling there for age. Here's the one where people were unsure. RX, 30 double unders, 12 power cleans, and the weights 75, 115. And then 9 shouldered overhead, 6 lateral burpee over the bar. Great workout, by the way. Absolutely. This just smashed me because I can do all of these things. And so what the question was that came in classes, because you go to RX plus or what we call advanced, 30 double unders unbroken, 12 power cleans. And now the weight goes up to 155.
105, 155.
Yeah, 105, 155. Now that's a hard weight. Now there are people that can do that weight and move that weight for this workout for 5 rounds. However, they don't have the 30 double unders unbroken. So they were asking the coach, well, I'm just going to do the heavier weight, but I'm going to do my double unders broken.
Yeah.
And my response is, going heavier isn't going to help you learn how to do those double unders unbroken. Maybe the opposite needs to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to go lighter than the RX weight, or
prioritize the double unders.
Right. And prioritize the double and practice for 5 rounds doing your double unders unbroken.
Yeah. Yeah. Something with this. And we're also learning as we go through this. And I think the big thing that I kind of missed on as far as providing some direction to this workout, specifically around those double unders in the future. And this is something that we've seen in the open, or not the open, the regionals back in the way back years, allowing X amount of attempts, right? So if you did decide I got those barbells, but my double unders are questionable, you're allowed 3 attempts to go 30 unbroken. If you trip, you got to start over. That counts as one of your attempts. If you miss all 3 of those attempts, finish the workout, but come back to each round, 3 attempts each round. That workout is now scaled if you did not complete it unbroken. You're still doing it, but you have to hit the scaled mark.
That is
questionable.
No, that's a good idea. What we don't want to see is people doing the heavier weight just because they can do the heavier weight.
Correct.
Start first with the lighter weight and then master the gymnastic skill.
Yeah. The gymnastics or the rope or whatever.
Remember, we're trying to challenge the RX Plus athletes who already can move that way really comfortably. And they have 30 double unders unbroken, but under fatigue, massive fatigue, where they're pushing it, it's highly risky for them. And so they're going to slow down their workout.
Well,
purposely,
yeah,
to
and
make
that's
those 30. Right?
I think that's important detail.
Right.
Is knowing where your capacity is on those skills.
That's right.
And if you're doing the RX version with the lighter barbell, you're easier. It's easier to cycle through it. You do 15, you stop. You do 15, or you do 14, you trip. You do 16, you finish it out. Having to do it unbroken, which is something we've seen in the games, right? We've seen unbroken double unders in part of a workout, and it's been one of those shifts on the leaderboard because how quick do you get to those reps? Do you need to take a little bit more rest? Maybe watch the clock for 15, 20 seconds. And the goal is not necessarily to be at the top of the leaderboard, but to hit our intended stimulus.
So one of the things I really liked on this workout was when I saw the results.
Yeah.
And I saw people that did the RX Plus right in the middle of the pack with the rest of our community.
It's perfect.
And that's where we want to be. And occasionally you're going to get some outlier, like a Jackson that's going to smash in and be at the top of the leaderboard and have done the RX Plus, because that's, again, they're trained for it. That's what they do. And
their capacity is there for it.
Their capacity is there for it. So it's and what our objective here is, it's to make our members better at fitness.
Yeah.
And the better we make you at fitness, the better your overall health is. We want to see, we're not just winging this so that people can get to the top of the leaderboard. We're trying to improve your skill sets. I want to make you better at gymnastics. I want to make you better at double unders. I want people to stop doing single under, double under, single under, double under. And this is a way we can do it. I want people to be able to progress from, chest to bar pull-ups to be able to also do bar muscle ups.
Yep.
And to do that, we may have to scale the load on the barbell or scale a different version of the work or adjust the workout so that we can get there, or challenge people to get there. And this is a way we think with levels is to help take our members to the next level in all of their skills. What else do we have on this?
All right. So here's a workout for Monday. So this is actually a 3-part workout. We've got part A, B, and C. In 12 minutes, we're going to take 3 attempts at A and B. So A is going to be push-ups for our novice, handstand push-ups for our RX variation, and then deficit handstand push-ups for our advanced athletes. Now, essentially, you have 3 attempts to complete a max unbroken set. You take those 3 attempts, you total it up for that one series. Then we're going to score that. So that's scored separately under part A. Then we have a part B where everybody's going to do this one. This is a broad jump, max distance broad jump. You get 3 attempts to jump as far as you can. Then essentially you're going to rest the remaining time in that 12-minute window. We have a full 1-minute rest to go into part C where everybody is going to row a 2K for time. So in that time period, that 1-minute rest, our goal should be to set up the monitor so it counts down and gives us an exact 2,000-meter row, which, under the first part, work-wise, you're not going to be super fresh. Your hips might be a little bit tight. Your grip might be a little bit tight, fatigue. But ultimately, we're going to get a pretty close baseline for a 2K row that we will use down the road. So instead of modifying this to make it shorter for novice or longer for advanced, I want to keep everybody at the same distance. So we've got a baseline that we can use down the road.
Right. What I would prefer not to see is someone doing deficit handstand push-ups, then handstand push-ups, then push-ups.
No. You pick one.
Right.
You make your bed and lay in it.
That's right. And that's the purpose of these levels. Right? It's if you're picking a level, you stick with that level, not to mix and match. Believe me, if you do, even if you're, and this is one of the things about the levels I really like too. There's days when I'm off. Like I'm just not feeling it, but I want to get a workout in. I may do the novice version.
Yeah.
Which is, I'll get a great work. I did it the other day for Lynn. I did ring rows.
Chose your weight.
Yeah. And she chose my weight on bench press, and it was great. I stayed light and I just moved, and it was awesome. And ring rows, by the way, are freaking hard.
Yeah. Done right.
Yep.
They're difficult.
And the same thing with push-ups. Here's an opportunity to build the perfect push-up.
Yep.
Not these janky push-ups with the hinge at the hips or you worm, any of that. Here's an opportunity to do something really good. I would even argue that really good strict push-ups are harder than a kipping handstand push-up.
Yes.
For some people.
Yeah.
Because they can get that kip and then they're ended up only having to push like about an inch or two with their shoulders and triceps. So this one, I really like this one. Do not mix and match.
Yeah. And it's pretty simple. If you are unable to go inverted, go push-ups.
Yes.
That answers your question right now. If you can rip out 10 plus handstand push-ups or even 5 plus handstand push-ups, how many deficit can you do?
By the way, this is a gross workout at the end. Max 2K.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just awful, man. 2Ks on the rowers. Enjoy this workout, everybody.
That's fun. That's going to be a fun one.
All right.
So that's just another example. And then there's one more workout next week that I have a little example of.
Yeah, that'd be great.
This one I've got kind of set up because it was long and to get the slide. So our novice, we're looking at 30 wall balls, 20 clean and jerks, 30 wall balls. Barbell weight, I've got just a standard weight, 55, 75. So this is coming from the floor, going overhead.
Right.
After in between those 30 wall balls. Then from the advanced, this is the original workout. You'll see there's increased volume on the wall balls, decreased volume on the clean and jerks, but there is an exponentially heavier barbell here.
Bro. Yeah, 125 for the ladies, 185 for the guys.
I question maybe going heavier on the novice, but at the same time,
I love this.
May open it up more.
This is great. And what this is going to do is this is going to slow people down. And
it's not intended to be touch and go clean and jerks, just to be very clear. We're looking at maybe one rep every 15, 20 seconds or so, right? Maybe even 30 seconds.
Yep.
Get through the wall balls, and then how long can you hang on to that last 40?
And it's 1/2 the number of clean and jerks versus the novice.
The novice,
that's
exactly.
Cool.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Now, when we look at our advanced, oops, I pressed the wrong button. Our advanced, same rep scheme, heavier barbell.
Oof. Wow.
Again, we're still kind of looking roughly around the same kind of rep cadence on the clean and jerks.
Again, I look at this as I look at Jackson. Jackson will motor through this. It'll be interesting to see. I wonder if Jackson could do this, not the clean and jerks, but do the 40-40 wall balls unbroken.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Now, just to kind of throw out like the idea between the rep ranges and stuff like that, this kind of comes back to some of the community cup concepts, right? That last workout with the overhead squats, when you looked at the intermediate and below, it was 10 cal on the rower, 10 cal or 10 toes to bar, 10 overhead squats. It was pretty consistent across the board as far as rep range. When you went to the advanced, they increased it by 5 reps. It was 15 toes to bar, 15 cal on the row. And I remember doing that in class and ending just behind some of the intermediate people that were working behind at that 10 rep. So just by making some small tweaks and adjustments to the overall volume, we're still going to get a very similar stimulus, but we're also going to be finishing roughly around similar times.
Go back to the novice, or I'm sorry, the intermediate RX. My only recommendation, you get the age group breakouts there; those are nice. If I had to tweak it,
you're bringing it down, huh?
No.
Oh, okay. What are you doing?
I would make the advanced 50-50.
I thought about it. I thought about 30-pound ball, a 20-pound ball. But again, the clean and jerks is the limiting, is what I want to be the bulk of the workout.
Depending on how this workout ends up, you see whether you hate Jamie Lee or you hate me. Wow. Okay, this is cool, and this is a lot of fun to me, right? This puts everybody kind of in the same category. And it's fun to be able to see where we fall.
And just from a programming perspective too, one of the things that I like about this, the whole level concept, is that from my perspective, programming 7 days a week for athletes that range all over, right? We've got such a broad range, and I want everybody to have fun. I want everybody to get a good experience and have an opportunity to push themselves. There's been times where and I'm sure that a lot of people, there was a workout last week with the strict press, toe to bar, burpee, toe to bar push press.
Yeah.
That went by so fast for some people, but it hit the right window for those. Yes. Now, this is going to give me the opportunity to really push more advanced athletes into higher level skills.
Yeah.
More gymnastics. So instead of trying to balance general movement archetypes and positions or shapes or just repetitions in general, this gives me a broader range to now challenge our members with more appropriate workouts.
Yes.
For their levels.
Well said. Well said. And again, there's days when even the best athletes feel like, you know what?
Got to bring it down.
Got to bring it down. Dean came in the other day and we did that one with the
shoulder overhead,
cleans and shouldered overhead.
Double
and Dean could do 155. He's like, nah, you know what, dude? I'm just in here to get a quick workout. And he ended up doing the 115.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And he had a great workout. It worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
Eric Albertoni, who's about the same level of athlete as Dean, came in the next day. He'd had a little more rest, felt good. He wanted to go hard, and he ended up doing the 155. Interestingly enough, it took him about 3 minutes more than Dean to do it. And Dean did it 115. And he started to fade in that 4th and 5th rounds.
Yep.
Where he had to do slow singles. And it was cool. It's like that to me was, people ended up where they should end up.
Yeah.
And he had a great workout. He can that's within the tolerable range for, the stimulus on that workout. And it worked out perfectly. So, yeah. All right. So that's the new levels. We're going to measure this and watch this very carefully over the next over this month. And we're hopeful to make it permanent going forward.
And like you said in the very beginning of this video, our goal is to see that whole board RX'd.
Yes.
If you have to modify or have to change something, click the scaled. It is not RX'd unless you've done the entire level as it is prescribed.
Throw notes in your when you put your score in too. Throw notes in there if you've got feedback on your score. If you see yourself way outside the kind of average or outside the mean, throw some notes in there and give us some feedback.
That feedback is crucial for me, but also for you as an athlete, because if you see this workout again, you will have notes from your past self.
Yep. Yeah, and if you're someone that I compete against, like the Deans or any of the other masters, and you put notes in there, I'm just going to tell you to stop your bitch. And lots of fun, you guys. Thanks a lot for helping us build this. I think it's going to be awesome for PRs all day and our programming here at Diablo. I'm excited for it.
It's going to be a good year.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys.